Let's take a look at this video clip. A woman died. He said it was a suicide, but according to JSO, from what they're saying, it kind of sounds like he lied.
Tonight on the 10 o'clock news, new information about the arrest of this Jacksonville man. He's accused of killing a woman, then staging the crime scene to look like a suicide. 28-year-old Malcolm Douglas is now locked up on a second-degree domestic murder charge. Investigators determined that the death was homicide.
JSO says Douglas strangled the victim back in October. News4Jax reporter Khalil Mancock joining us live. Khalil, the arrest report talks about an outside expert reviewing the evidence.
It does, and an attorney I spoke with says having an outside expert come in to review this information is something that he says is uncommon. But he says with a case like this that has so much circumstantial evidence, having that outside expert could be beneficial if and when this goes to court. In October of last year, 28-year-old Malcolm Douglas called police. According to this arrest and booking report, he said a woman hung herself and was not breathing. When the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office searched the apartment, they found broken glass on the floor of the living room and kitchen, along with a broom leaning against the wall. The report also says Douglas told detectives the woman who died did not make any direct suicidal comments tonight, nor was the victim ever Baker-acted to his knowledge. A month later, the woman's suicide was ruled a homicide by manual strangulation, and Douglas was arrested on second-degree domestic murder charges.
It's a bit unusual.
Curtis Fallgetter, an attorney not affiliated with this case, says by Douglas steering police in the wrong direction at first, this looks bad on him. Fallgetter says this is an example of a false exculpatory statement.
When you provide an explanation of your innocence and it turns out to be false, that becomes affirmative evidence for the state to use to prosecute you. It's different than just denying it. You've now basically admitted the crime.
Fallgetter also says what's unusual about this case is that after the ME's office did their autopsy, the state attorney's office hired an outside crime scene expert to examine the evidence and autopsy report. However, he says this was done to make sure when this goes to court, anyone who hears the case knows without a doubt this was a homicide, not a suicide.
When the case involves circumstantial evidence of the cause of death and they want to prove it's not by the rope, having a second opinion, if you're in front of a jury, you want that medical evidence to be as strong as possible. It's always good to have two experts versus one.
And Fallgetter says when it comes to Douglas using a rope after the fact, this could be described as tampering with evidence.
Okay, everybody, this is part A. And if you haven't already, because I had to re-upload this, check out part B, the commentary. Thanks for watching.